I want your fragrance to work harder so you can get more compliments. And to do so, I'm going to give you 7 fragrance hacks every dude should add to the routine. Let's hop in. Number 1, spray your brush. Look, when you're getting ready in the mornings, I already told you, you want your hair to be on point. Yo, girls are going to be playing with that stuff. So to make sure it's always looking good, I want you to spray your brush, and every time you start brushing your hair, you're going to leave that light mist in there. So not only are you looking on point, you're also killing 2 birds with 1 stone because now your hair smells refreshed. Number 2, use body lotion first. See, the problem most guys are having is that when you put on your fragrance, 1-2 hours later, you probably don't smell it, right? Well, the reason for this is that your skin is absorbing most of the oil. See, the oil of the fragrance is what actually smells. The alcohol dissipates. And when your skin is dry and it's looking for hydration and you apply a fragrance, the first thing your skin's gonna do is absorb the oils, looking for that hydration, and the alcohol will just evaporate into the atmosphere. So now you're left smelling with nothing. This is why applying a body lotion first, feeding and nourishing the skin to make sure it's hydrated is the best thing you can do to then apply your fragrance so it lasts longer and your fragrance sits on your skin versus getting absorbed. Which exactly rolls us on to number 3. Look at the concentration. See, like I said, the scent of the fragrance comes from the oil, not the alcohol. This is why concentration is so important. So when you go buy a fragrance, you'll see Eau de Toilette, which is probably the lowest concentration, which is around, I think it's like 5 to 10% oil. The rest is alcohol. Then you have something called Eau de Parfum. I think this is like the second one. You'll have anywhere from, I think it's like 10 or 12 to like 18% concentration oil, and then the rest is alcohol. This is better. It's going to last longer because there's more of the scent. And then finally, you have something called Parfum. This is what the high-end stuff has. Each bottle will probably cost you about $500, but here, 20, 21, 30% of it is oil and the rest is alcohol. The beauty with this is that you only need 1, maybe 2 sprays. The fragrances are stronger and they last longer because they're more of the fragrance. Most brands don't do parfums because it's so expensive, but I do. See, this is exactly what I do with Santa Lucia. See, I learned this, and this is why I wanted a fragrance line that was a parfum, that was high-end, but was more affordable. We went to France, we designed an entire collection, like you saw, Come Closer to Coming Every Day, using some of the best oils in the world, and we made them parfums so it would last you longer, so you could smell better all day. Well, boys, we're about to do it again. You heard me, right? February 12th, 10 a.m. Eastern, we're dropping our new collection, boys. And 3 new scents, just like last time. We're gonna have Asabache, we're gonna have Love, and we're gonna have Gala. I'm going to explain those more in depth in a separate video, especially to our pro members first, and then I'll probably drop a video here just explaining it because I could spend all day just explaining these fragrances, boys. It's the best we've done, right? We don't copy fragrances out here. We're not out here just making copies of a Tom Ford. That's cheap. That's too easy to do. I want something high-end, something unique that when you step into a room, it tells a story. It takes you somewhere. And that's exactly what we're going to do with our new line of fragrances. And they're all at 21% concentration, which makes it a parfum, highly concentrated, which means it's going to last you longer. You only need 1 to 2 sprays to smell amazing all day, and it lasts all day. Boys, like I said, this is dropping on the 12th. If I were you, I would put a reminder on my phone. You could also become a pro member. Like I said, I'm gonna be talking a lot with them about this stuff, but if you guys wanna check it out, it'll be linked down below. Number 4, apply Vaseline first. Now, I've always told you there are 5 major points that you wanna put on the fragrance. Your wrist, each side of the neck, and the back of the neck. Before you apply the fragrance onto those points, you can put a little bit of Vaseline on these pulse points. What the Vaseline is gonna do, it's gonna act like a sticky substance where the fragrance is going to stick to that area and avoid for it to be absorbed into the skin or dissipate into the air. And now the fragrance is going to easily last you 2 to 3 hours longer than it would when you don't use Vaseline. 5, store properly. See, with fragrances, you usually want to store it in a dark area that has low humidity. Both humidity and light can mess with the chemical structure of the fragrances, which ends up losing its potential over time. So if you have it, let's say, on your windowsill with direct sunlight, a lot of heat, what's going to end up happening is that the power of the fragrance or the life of the fragrance is going to be much lower than if you were to store them properly to increase the strength and the smell of the fragrance. Which takes us on to number 6. Know where to spray. See, those 5 areas that I always talk about aren't just made out of my butt. Like, I didn't just pull those out and just say, here, put them in those 5 areas. No. These areas are what you call warm areas or pulse points. See, these areas have veins running very close to the skin. And these veins obviously are pumping blood all day, which creates a little bit of heat. These areas are pulse points that when heat is dissipated, it increases the projection of your fragrance to make it further and louder so it can smell more. This is why these areas are great. And when things get heated, like in a sexual situation, there's more blood pumping. Guess what happens? The fragrance dissipates even more. And finally, number 7, always carry a small bit with you. See, you can buy these on Amazon. They're like $5-10, and these are refillable small little canisters that you can fill with any of your favorite fragrances. I do this with all my favorite fragrances, and I have them in my office and in my car. So in the middle of a day when I need a little bit of a boost, I need to rejuice, I'll just grab that, spray it on again, and I'm good to go for the rest of the day. And that's basically it for this week's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to drop us a like down below. Also, boys, don't forget, February 12th, we're dropping our new collection. Yo, like I said, become a pro member. I'm doing daily live streams so you guys can follow along all these design processes and see all the behind the scenes. If you guys want to check it out, it'll be linked down below. That's it for me today. See you next time.